For the past few days, the entire village had been on edge. A pack of ferocious wild boars had been terrorizing the hillsides, storming down in droves, tearing up fields, and churning the soil into utter chaos. Their guttural roars echoed through the night, tightening everyone's hearts with fear. When the call to mobilize came, we set out immediately, heading toward the green hill where the beasts were hiding. Despite the anxiety, one thought burned bright in every heart: we had to protect our homeland, no matter the cost. Music. As the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, we advanced cautiously, tracing every claw mark sunk deep into the soil. Reaching halfway up the hill, the air grew eerily still. So quiet that even the faintest sound from below drifted clearly to our ears. Time seemed to slow. Every sense stretched taut in anticipation. And then, there it was. We froze for 10 seconds. The long-range shot was executed flawlessly the moment the target came into view. Our eyes swept the surroundings once more. Fresh shadows moved to the right. They were swiftly neutralized. The opening move set the tone, an unwavering declaration of our resolve to defend the village's entire harvest. After the initial success, our footsteps grew lighter. Fueled by renewed determination, we split into teams, sweeping through every crack in the earth, every narrow trail. Moments later, a gunshot rang out. A massive shadow collapsed instantly, another lurking threat stopped in its tracks. The lead had been secured, but the rest of the pack wasn't ready to surrender. Following the trail, another team quickly encircled the remaining boars, cutting off every escape route. Everyone moved in perfect sync, like a campaign rehearsed hundreds of times. The unannounced attack was halted just in time. As the sun climbed higher, our steps quickened, flushing out the hidden beasts. Wild boars, masters of stealth by nature, often lurk within dense thickets. At moments like these, both eyes and ears must be razor-sharp, ready for anything. It was this heightened focus that made our precise strikes effective, halting each sudden attack from the boars. Once again, it affirmed the skill and courage of the hunters on their mission to protect the village's peace. The pursuit continued until the hunting dogs caught the scent. With terrifying speed, they surged forward. Gunshots, barking, and pounding footsteps collided into a chaotic scene, tense enough to take one's breath away. Thanks to the seamless coordination between humans and animals, the wild boars were cornered, leaving no escape. As the dust settled, only calm remained, along with the relief etched across the faces of those defending the fields. Music. The battle was far from over. Yet again, the teamwork between hunters and dogs proved unstoppable. Determination, sharp instincts, and the ability to read every subtle sign ensured no target slipped past their precise control. By nightfall, the villagers could finally sleep in peace. No one would awaken to fields torn apart by dawn. The day had been grueling, but it brought the homeland safety and serenity. This confrontation was more than a clash of humans and beasts. It was a journey of courage, a testament to the spirit of protecting labor, life, and the land itself. Every drop of sweat, every shot fired, carried sacred meaning. Across the United States, a silent but brutal war was unfolding. The enemy of the farmers was not disease or drought, but aggressive wild boars. They plowed through fields, destroyed crops, and turned bountiful harvests into battlefields of ruin, causing damage worth millions of dollars. To protect the hard-earned work of the people, a team of elite hunters set out. Alex, a seasoned hunter with years of experience, led the team on this high-stakes adventure. Alex's team quickly split into smaller groups, each with a specific task. One group led the charge with specially trained hounds. With their keen sense of smell, the dogs picked up the trail, their barking echoing through the forest and signaling the chase. Music. We moved toward the hillside, a perfect hiding spot for the wild boars. The team spread out, finding strategic positions. From a distance, the hounds' barking intensified. A dramatic chase had begun. The wild boar appeared, charging at breakneck speed. Alex raised his rifle and fired in quick succession along its path. With steely determination, the boar fell, a fierce reminder of the animal's impact in human lives. A successful start to the hunt promised a day full of action ahead. We advanced to the ambush site deep in the forest. The second target appeared, a massive group of boars tearing through crops with reckless abandon. Every move had to be executed with perfect precision. Boom! One boar struck in the shoulder. The herd scattered, weaving through the trees, escaping the team's pursuit. The start had been rough, but it only strengthened the hunter's resolve. Jack, another experienced hunter, anticipated the boar's escape route. He took aim carefully. A boar charged out like a speeding bullet. Jack fired once, missed. Without hesitation, he squeezed again, and this time, the boar collapsed. It was a demonstration of fierce determination to protect the village, reflecting the hunter's steadfastness against destruction. After a midday rest, the team moved toward the fields. Jack stood on a high ridge, surveying the area. From the dry thicket, two boars charged toward dense grasslands. He locked onto the target, boom. 2 shots, 2 boars down. In seconds, both were neutralized. Inside the lush green field, herons spread their wings overhead. I focused intently on a target ahead. Using the team's most advanced rifle with long-range accuracy, the shot rang out. The boar vanished, leaving only a cloud of white smoke. Precision had restored the peaceful green. Applause. The team prepared to head home, but Jack spotted one final potential target. Tall grass obscured part of the boar's body. "It's time," he muttered. The trigger squeezed, and the rampage ended. The day's hunt reinforced the team's dedication to defending the land. Applause. After long days of tension, the battle against the destroyers ended. Thanks to Alex and his team, the wild boar's threat was pushed back, and peace returned. Yet the fight to protect the harvest continues. Stay tuned for the next chapter as we face new challenges in the hills. Many mistake this work for a hobby. But seeing the fields ravaged overnight reveals its true purpose. Gunshots are not joy, they are a response to destruction, a mission to reclaim peace. We are not hunting, we are protecting. Wild boars are masters of stealth. On flat terrain, any mistake can be fatal. Our mission was to turn their confidence into opportunity. At dawn, the wind shifted, carrying the wild scent. The boar darted behind reeds. I gripped my rifle, tracking its shadow. The moment of vulnerability came, a single shot decided the outcome. Patience rewarded precision. Nearby, a strong boar enjoyed the field. Unaware, it turned its back. Kevin seized the opportunity. Thunderous shot. Peace restored. The midday sun blazed. David predicted a boar drawn to the forest's cool waters. One shot sent it charging. 2 more shots extinguished hope. Reward for patience, reflexes, and precise marksmanship. The hunt moved to close-range engagements. On a windswept hillside, a boar believed its camouflage perfect. Stillness is not safety. I locked the scope. The shot shattered the illusion. Later, John intercepted another boar at close range, halting the charge instantly. Facing a 100 kilograms beast, do you have the nerve to stand your ground? Evening fell. A dark figure emerged from the slope. Reflexes fired, final shot delivered, hunt concluded, night blanketed Lucia. The Land Rover Defender carried the day's spoils. The villagers rested easy, but tomorrow might bring new tracks. Would be back. My grandmother's cornfields on the forest edge had been repeatedly ravaged at night. Hope for harvest faded. My family and neighbors organized a hunt. Success depended on skill and coordination. We split into groups, forming a circle. Camouflaged, equipped with bows, radios, and boots, Nick and I moved toward the grassy fields. I positioned behind an old tree, downwind, observing the clearing. The lead boar rooted aggressively. Breath held, arrow released, direct hit. The boar bolted but collapsed shortly after. Success. Next, a bait trap was set. Boars approached, distracted. Arrow flew cleanly, another success. Nick's careful shot dispatched another. Higher hills provided escape cover from the sun. Shadows revealed hidden targets. Patience and precise aim were crucial. Boars fell one by one as the team executed the plan flawlessly. Evening brought automatic feeders. Boars gathered at dusk. Focus and precision remained paramount. Shots rang out. The day concluded in triumph. Wild boars remain a terrifying menace in Brazil, threatening crops and spreading disease. Our mission is to protect lives and communities. Dawn marked the start of the final battle, with traps set and dogs guiding the hunt. Shots rang out with precision, boars fell, and control was restored. Coordination, timing, and skill ensured every escape was blocked. Music, the jungle quieted after a night of relentless pursuit. Every tactic, ambush, and trap had been calculated. Farmers' crops protected, hunters safe. Success achieved through preparation, experience, and flawless teamwork. After last night's storm, the jungle lay soaked, silent, and misty. A massive herd had been spotted in the ranger zone. Weapons ready, drones and thermal scanners deployed. The team advanced cautiously. Growls echoed. The hunt began. The trail was covered with dry leaves, moving slow and silent. Boars charged. The team opened fire in perfect synchronization. Traps were set, flanks secured. Shots rang out with deadly precision. Hunting dogs and rifles executed flawlessly. Boars collapsed one by one. Every move deliberate, every shot counted. The morning hunt ended with sunlight filtering through the treetops. Ambushes, traps, and dog runs executed perfectly. The mission completed, crops protected, team unharmed. For the past several days, the entire village had been living under a shadow of dread. A pack of ferocious wild boars had been terrorizing the hillsides, charging down in relentless waves, tearing through crops, and turning once fertile fields into a chaotic wasteland. The guttural roars of these beasts echoed through the night, reverberating off the hills and tightening the hearts of everyone who heard them. When the urgent call to mobilize sounded, we didn't hesitate. Every able-bodied villager and trained hunter knew the stakes. We advanced toward the green hill where the boars had been spotted, each step heavy with determination and adrenaline. Amid the anxiety and fear, one thought burned brighter than all else: the homeland must be defended at any cost. Music, as the first rays of dawn crept across the horizon, we moved cautiously, our eyes scanning every mark in the soil, every clawed indentation, following the subtle traces left behind. By the time we reached the mid-slope, an unnatural stillness enveloped the landscape. It was a quiet so intense that even the faintest sound, footfall, rustling leaves, snapping twigs, carried clearly to our ears. Time itself seemed suspended. Every sense heightened, every muscle coiled with anticipation. And then, there it appeared, a shadow moving with uncanny precision. For 10 tense seconds, we held our breath, frozen in silent anticipation. The long-range shot was executed with absolute precision the moment the target became visible. Our eyes immediately scanned the surroundings again. Fresh shadows shifted to the right, swiftly neutralized with careful shots. The first strike set the tone, a clear and resolute declaration: no boar would lay waste to the village's harvest while we stood guard. With the initial threat handled, our movements became lighter, more fluid. A surge of determination fueled us as we split into smaller teams, combing through every crack in the earth, every narrow trail where the boars might hide. Moments later, a gunshot rang out across the hill. A massive shadow collapsed, another lurking predator stopped in its tracks. The lead had been secured, but the remaining pack was far from done. Following the tracks, another team quickly closed in, encircling the remaining boars and cutting off all escape routes. Every hunter moved with seamless coordination, as if rehearsed over countless drills. The unannounced assault was contained just in time, but the intensity of the hunt was only escalating. As the sun climbed higher, our pace quickened. The wild boars, natural masters of stealth, often lurk in dense thickets and brush. At moments like these, both eyes and ears must be honed to perfection, ready for any sudden movement. It was this heightened awareness that allowed our team to strike with unwavering accuracy, halting each sudden attack. The skill and courage of the hunters were on full display, their resolve to protect the village's peace evident in every measured action. The pursuit intensified as the hunting dogs picked up the faintest scent. They surged forward with terrifying speed, noses to the ground, muscles rippling with relentless focus. Gunshots echoed, barking pierced the morning air, and pounding footsteps collided in a chaotic symphony of pursuit. The coordination between hunters and dogs was flawless, leaving no escape for the boars. One by one, the creatures were cornered. As the dust settled, a calm descended over the hillside, relief etched across every face. The battle, however, was far from over. Once again, the team's coordination with the hunting dogs proved unbreakable. Determination, sharp instincts, and the ability to anticipate every subtle sign ensured that no target could slip through. By nightfall, the villagers could rest in peace, knowing their fields were safe. The grueling day had ended with the reassurance of security and serenity. This hunt was more than a simple clash between humans and beasts. It was a testament to courage, a living proof of the dedication required to protect hard work, life, and homeland. Every drop of sweat, every steady shot fired, carried profound significance. It was a reminder that survival, protection, and honor often demand a relentless struggle, one that leaves no room for hesitation. The hills stood silent once more, the traces of the wild boar's passage slowly fading beneath the first gentle winds of morning. Yet we knew that vigilance could never waver. The battle for the harvest, the fields, and the peace of the village was ongoing. Every hunter, every dog, every moment of focus was part of a continuum, a mission to defend what was precious. Each shadow, each movement in the thicket could herald danger, and we were ready to meet it.